Welcome to The Circle.
In this crazy world.
There was a trend going around, or hashtag men are trash, and people have their different views on it. Women, I don't know where I stand with it, because I can understand why certain people were saying that, but I also understand why it was important conversation to have. So now we're having this conversation, we're saying men want a particular role, women want men to be a certain thing. What's your take on women's perception on men are trash? What do you think?
I found it so annoying personally, because here's the thing. We are raised. I know men in my life. I was raised by my father, and some people and the role of men is underplayed sometimes. It's often not appreciated. I'm an uncle as well, and I have a niece, and I have so I have a role that I play as a man. So for people to generalize and have a problem with the gender as if I've done anything to not make another woman happy or another, it's individuals. It's individuals with names that you can say Jabulani, Gavin, whoever did that. You shouldn't apply to everyone, because I found it offensive that I had to convince a girl that I'm not going to murder her when I met her. I hated that. I'm like, what am I giving off that makes me look, I must be wearing that if I look like I might kill you. And I had to convince them several times.
So maybe catcalling is a thing that would make you trash. So
But
maybe
it's
when
not
you
me.
participate,
What did I do?
when you participate, when your friend objectifies a woman who's walking down the road,
Why
you're
do you
trash.
assume I am?
But she
Why do you
can agree
assume
that the men
Why
are
are you-
trash is a generalization, right?
No, because it happens so often.
Not every man.
It happens so often. It's almost
Why do we say people are trash?
What led us to that
Doesn't
conversation?
give women,
People are
just
trash.
because it happens so often, it doesn't give women the right, because some majority of men do something. Now we must, everybody.
So as you
on
said,
this
the problem is men, right? Like the problem is
So I don't think the problem is men. I think the
men
problem
seem to have a
is
monopoly
racism
on
and-
violence, right? No matter who is they have a monopoly on violence. Like women have not led genocides. Women are not running around raping children and other women. Men, all of these things.
So there are individuals that are not wrong.
No.
There's
So we're
problems.
talking about structures, right? In the way that we can just say like white people are racist, right? Obviously, like maybe you're not racist, but the system that benefits white system is
We know
racist,
that
and
it's
all
racist.
white people
Yes.
benefit from it. You're saying the exact same thing about patriarchy and male supremacy. So like I don't know what you do in your personal life, but there is this problem that exists that we all have to live under that benefits men, that men control, and that we are subjected to. So it's not about you as an individual, it's not about white people as individuals. I don't know how they might be nice to their maid, that's fine. I'm not talking about that. But the fact that they have exploited black labor, that they live in a black country and black land and benefit from it, that is racism. And so white people are all implicated in it. No matter what they do on their daily lives, men are all implicated in it. Because regardless of what you do to the women in your life and how well you treat them. But the fact that women are being slaughtered at the hands of men, including men are being slaughtered too. That everywhere in the world, most people are subjected to the violence of men.
Look,
That's
you see, prejudices and unfair treatment of existing species, of humans. I get that. But you are against a gender.
But it's the same thing with
It's
you understand it with
biological.
racism. Didn't
No,
you
but
understand that
racism
black
could
people
be,
are the subjected
racism
people?
is a social thing that can be solved some way somehow.
How? But
Look, I
gender
don't know
is
the
also
answer. I don't know the answer. I won't give you a four-step program to solve racism. I don't know, but I can say something I believe we could. I think other places have made more progress than us.
How do we progress then from having that conversation
So
with
wait,
the trash to say, what's the next step to women? What's your response to it?
Can I say something on so the racism thing is, not everybody's a racist, right? We all agree that.
Right.
Okay? But we know racism is the problem. So each person has to do something about it. So whether I see a grandfather and he's racist, I have to say something.
Yeah.
So I agree with the whole racism is a movement that we need to try and stop. As
Every individual,
every person
and
needs
if
to
not, you are
participate
implicated.
actively,
You are
stop
complicit.
it.
If you are
Agreed.
not, every
If
time you see
just
something
skip through life
that
and
you
say,
can interact with.
it's there, I'm aware, but I'm not racist, so it's okay.
Right.
That's not okay. Okay. Same thing with this. You're taking a slogan, you're saying men are trash. That's wrong. Men are trash. The way that certain men have treated women.
What's the response then? What's the opposing response to me?
I agree. It's going to be a majority, but
Okay, so instead of being defensive, how would you guys describe the problem? Man, you tell us, how do we solve this?
So
How
I
do we solve the
feel like we're
problem?
looking at symptoms rather than the actual cause of the problem, the root is the fact that there's a constant barrage. We started almost 300 years ago, or a little bit more, where the Western forces came to disrupt our culture. And that's why we're finding these problems. Men have been tortured throughout the 80s and 90s. And, their descendants, or those men who still live today, that were tortured then, are subjects for, serious psychiatrists that are qualified in their field to try and heal these people. We have a lot of brokenness in our society. That's what's causing this
But
problem.
women were
Not
also subjected to that. It wasn't
There's
just
crazy women out there.
Yeah.
If you go to these pictures, you'll find mad women who will bake children in an oven to get some money.
all men and women were subjected to the horrors
So
of
I believe,
colonialism
yes.
and
I believe
genocide
females
and
should be
slavery and
addressed
apartheid.
in
It
the
wasn't just
African
affecting the
nation
men
as a
and the
whole.
women were like chilling on the side. And then why must you say, well, we're more affected, you must be the victims of us because we're victims. But why
We're
must
not
we
going
be-
around raping
But I
people.
agree with what
Yeah,
you're
we're
saying.
also victims.
You are not. But there's,
There's other
the
girls.
stats,
But the stats say women get
women
raped.
raping men.
Men
Are they
say
raped?
that.
There's women that rape
we
men.
acknowledge that?
No, we
It's not
do.
acknowledged.
I have
So if you acknowledge that,
We're
why
talking
are you
about systemic
against us?
problems.
Okay, I think, do we understand how the hashtag came about?
Yes.
It was a call. It was a call to say, we are tired of being killed, we are tired of being raped,
Makes me feel
we
like
are
it's
tired
rubbish
of being
because
under
people are
siege
like,
at the hands of men. That's what it was about. It was a call. And those who found it offensive are clearly complicit in everything else. You are complicit.
So every
You
time
are
you see a
complicit.
girl get catcalled
You-
or touched in a bar she doesn't want to,
Do you call
or
the nigga
yelled at,
out?
do you jump in there and
Okay, so now,
I mean, it's mean.
okay, hold up.
What you
Can
say
I
you
respond?
should do,
Can I
and
respond?
that's
So what if another?
That's the problem. That's how violent patriarchy is.
So I must go jump in and get killed?
So then, okay, you're complicit because you're gonna watch a woman get attacked.
And that's exactly
That's
why you're
fine.
trash.
Then you're
I
saying.
don't agree with
Guys,
that.
go.
but
Can I
I'll
respond
accept
to
your
what she put to me?
perspective.
That, but what if? So do you not see that other women? It's a people are trash thing. It's not me. No, she said. Listen.
Yeah.
She's saying I'm complicit. What if she sees another girl who stole $50 from my wallet, or is using me, blatantly using me, and you can see it? Are you gonna intervene?
So men are trash.
Are you? I know. I'm not.
It's a synonym for patriarchy is
I'm
about.
not comparing.
So your analogy
I'm
is
not
kind of
comparing. I'm just saying you can let certain things go. It's okay, but we shouldn't. Then we're complicit. You can
Okay,
see
can I-
certain
can I-
things
can I
and
just say-
not
I did
act.
mention-
No one
can I
will
just
say
say-
you're trash
It was
or you were
Okay,
complicit.
I think rape is probably the most vile
Fucked up
thing
thing.
you can ever do to another human
Yes.
being. So when women had the hashtag men are trash, I had nothing to say because I felt we need to let women vent because the stats are horrible, especially in this country. So only after that can we then have a discourse and drill down into the problem. How can we maybe improve our culture? Maybe start teaching young boys about how to treat women because I think it goes far back that deep, So I honestly, during that whole campaign, I said nothing because it is the worst thing you can do to another human being. So I think we can't even compare it to anything else. We just gotta let them vent and we support best as we can. I don't know how. It's kind of like racism. When you say a white guy like Jason, he's not racist, right? But then we say, racism is here. White people have destroyed the whole inheritance. I know I'm veering off a little bit, but I'm saying, what do you then expect him to do to show that is not part of the problem?
I mean, that's what we would like you guys to tell us, but we're going to close it off because it is really, really heated. Well, that's it from us today. Thank you for joining us in our very interesting discussion here at The Circle, and we'll see you next time.
In this crazy world.